On the 12th day before Christmas, an orator said to me, everyone you meet will make up a story in their head based on how you make them feel. You can create this with conscious intention, or you can just let it happen. That's within your power with conscious communication. What did I mean by that? I'm sure you're familiar with the Maya Angelou quote, people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. A few days ago, I was talking about how to annotate your presentation as you're learning it, so that you've got pausing marked, you've got particular tone patterns marked, you've got speed, volume, how you're going to phrase the whole thing together, including gestures and body posture, body stance, maybe even movement involved. I also mentioned emotions. These are critical. Even before you write down any words, what are the emotions that you want to bring, the emotional journey, if you will, that you want to bring your audience along as you're speaking? Emotions are processed at a very basic level from an evolutionary perspective. We're looking at, you know, the three brains. You've got the reptilian brain, that's the bit that deals with all the things that keep you alive, like your homeostasis, your breathing, your blood pressure, your heart rate. Those are all dealt with at a subconscious level. You don't need to think about that, all dealt with. Then there's the mammalian brain. That's the bit that goes into the emotions. And then on top of that, you have your neocortex, which is the more high abstraction, the more thinky part at the front of the brain. We're looking here at the mammalian, the bit in the middle, the emotional seat of your presentation. If you are skilled in bringing your audience with you on that emotional journey, remember, we're going from where they don't want to be to where you know they do want to be. So we're going from ouch to yay. That's an emotional journey. You're unlikely to take the most direct route because, well, it depends on how long you've got. If you've got only 30 seconds, then yeah, that's going to be a very direct route. Thinking about the emotions that you want to bring people through, invite them to come with you. Remember, this is in a way that they want to hear and can hear because it's using their words and serving their purposes. So what's the emotional journey that you want to take them on? Be conscious of that from the start. Even before you map out the actual words, where are you taking them? Is there, you're obviously identifying the pain point. If this is your own story, how are you going to express that? What are the words, the emotionally rich words that you're going to use to describe that? And that will be from a perspective of all of your senses. Remember, I was talking about visualization yesterday, how you feel yourself and you can see yourself in the audience on stage and you can see the audience in front of you. Think of it and describe it from all your sensory perspective. So what are you looking at? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you hearing? What are you touching? And there may be air movement. At the moment, I'm sitting here in my office with the fan flicking round. I'm feeling the sense of air. That's important as well. You may be wanting to talk about something that the weather was really important to it. Paint the picture. Get the whole emotional scene there. And then where are you going from there? Is there a journey that you want to carry them through so that they can see from pain to pleasure wasn't necessarily a direct route? There were the ups and the downs. Where are you taking them? If you consciously map this out, you are going to give your audience an emotional journey. You're going to invite them to come along with you, and you are consciously molding the way that they feel about you as a result of this presentation. Remember, you are in control if you're conscious about it, about the way they feel about you. Message conveyed by you, and that's going to be critical if your influence is going to continue. Remember, we're talking about people who know, like, and trust you, and that's what you're bringing in your presentation. If they know, like, and trust you because of this emotional connection with you, you're present to your audience, they feel like you get them because you're using their language, you're taking them from where they don't want to be to where they do want to be, emotionally primarily, and then through a system that you've devised. This is where it's critically important to think about and map out the emotions ahead of time. Conscious communication is what this is all about. When you are present to your audience, you know what they're saying, how they're saying it, how they're describing it, where they want to go from and to. You can map out the emotions, you can map out physically how you're going to describe that, vocally how you're going to describe that, verbally how you're going to describe that. It's all part of the same thing. It's all conscious communication. There's a lot to this conscious communication business. If you get it right, you can have your audience just where you want them. You are influencing them in the direction that they want to go. If you would like some support with this, you'd like to know more about conscious communication, get hold of me. Let's work together. Wendy Corner, Com Coach. Merry Christmas.